All right, let's get right into it. What if I told you that one of the most powerful pieces of financial advice out there is something you've probably seen and ignored hundreds of times? Well, it's hidden in plain sight, and today we're going to unlock it.
Yep, there it is, those 6 little words. You usually find them buried at the very bottom of a web page or tucked away in an app. It's kind of like the financial world's version of the terms and conditions button we all just scroll past. But here's the thing, this isn't just legal mumbo-jumbo. It's actually a secret formula for investing smarter.
Exactly. That's the real question, isn't it? We see the words, but do we really understand the warning? Or, maybe more importantly, the opportunity that's hidden inside it? So today, we're going to break this phrase down piece by piece and turn it from a boring old disclaimer into your personal investment strategy.
Okay, so let's start right at the beginning with foreign documents. I know, it sounds a little intimidating, maybe even boring, but trust me, this is where the real detective work begins. So what are we even talking about here? Well, think of it like the official rulebook for an investment. It's the prospectus, the filings, basically, it's the instruction manual that tells you everything a company is legally required to tell you about how it's going to use your cash. It's where they list all the ingredients, the potential side effects, the whole shebang.
And this is absolutely crucial to understand. That word, foreign, it's not just about geography. It signals a whole different set of challenges and risks you just wouldn't face if you were investing in your own backyard. We're talking about a completely different playing field here.
You know, you have to think about all the hidden stuff that can hit your investment. Your return isn't just about how well a company does. It could get totally wiped out by a sudden swing in the currency market. For example, your stock could be up, say, 10% in its local currency, but if that currency drops 15% against your own, you've actually lost money. The rules can be different, politics can get shaky, and even the way they do their accounting might not be what you're used to. Every single one of these is a potential landmine you need to know about. Okay, so now we know what we're looking at, but the next question is, how should we be looking at it? And that brings us to the second and maybe the most powerful word in the whole phrase, carefully. Now, carefully doesn't mean you need a PhD in finance, not at all. It just means you need a process. First up, what is this thing actually trying to do? What's its goal? Second, what's it really invested in? You got to look at the top holdings, the sector weights, how much of the pie is in tech versus healthcare. Third, and this is a big one, what is this going to cost you? Look for all the fees, not just the obvious ones. And finally, go straight to the risk factors section. Seriously. By law, they have to tell you what could go wrong. Your job is to actually read it.
And this just lays it all out, doesn't it? A quick glance is totally surface level. You might know you're buying something called the Asian Tech Fund. Okay, great. But a careful read reveals that fund is massively exposed to one country's currency, has a sneaky fee structure, and is super vulnerable to some specific government regulations. See the difference? It's night and day.
I want you to let that sink in for a second. An investor understands the risks they are taking. A gambler is just closing their eyes and hoping for the best. Reading those details, that is what separates one from the other. All right, let's move on to the final piece of this puzzle. It's the word that holds the entire strategy together, before. The timing of your research. It isn't just a suggestion, my friend. It's the whole point.
Just look at this timeline. Your research, what we call due diligence, that happens at step 2. It has to happen before you decide anything, and long before you commit a single dollar. Think of it as the gatekeeper standing between a really good idea and a really bad decision.
And that is the hard truth of it. You just can't unring that bell. Finding out about a major risk after your money is already in the game is just a recipe for panic and very possibly a big loss. All the real work has to be done up front. So, we've taken this entire phrase apart. Now let's put it back together. But this time, let's not see it as some scary legal warning. Let's see it as a powerful tool that's made for you, the investor.
Look at it now. It doesn't really seem like fine print anymore, does it? It looks like a clear, 3-step instruction manual for protecting and growing your money when you're dealing with the global market.
And that, right there, is the ultimate takeaway. This phrase was never meant to scare you away from foreign investments. No way. It's meant to empower you so you can approach them intelligently with your eyes wide open to all the possibilities and all the risks.
So, here it is, your toolkit. First, foreign documents. Understand the unique risks, like those currency swings we talked about. Second, carefully. Have a process. Don't just skim, check the real holdings, the hidden fees. And third, before investing, make this your first step always. That's it. That's the whole game.
So I'll just leave you with this question.
Because the moment you start to see this phrase as a guide, as your own personal checklist for success, you'll never look at investing the same way again. You'll be seeing what other people miss, and that, my friends, is a powerful advantage.